Joining me right now to make sense of this is Ambrose Omodio, the Chief Research Officer in Vest Data Consulting. He's right here with me in the studio. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me again.
All right. Now, let's look at what's happening. Profit taking and sell-offs, both have continued in the midst of better than expected Q3 earnings. What's responsible for that?
For many investors and analysts, all have been, as you just said, been calling to ask why. But I tell them this is market nature. You don't need to change it. Especially that we have seen that market has been in downtrend for straight 5 months. Opening the month of November on a negative note, for me, I'm not surprised. But the good thing is that you said it that I have impressive earnings. I mean, these earnings will make this stock more attractive for investors. And coming now again, you're having more dividend yield, to make profit now. I mean, those that are standing outside the market now, that has liquidity, this is the time for them to come back to the market. And also another thing that is also kind of influencing the market at this time is that low liquidity and also low confidence. Why? Because as the election is coming closer, people are looking at, oh, how it's going to go. But the good thing is that we're not having those foreign investors that will set the market to enter really, but I think just marginal lose. If at the time where you have the foreign investor, they won't put the market to you'll be crying when you see market going up. But for me, it's okay. But the good thing is that for those that are designing, you know that this is the time for them to position in those sectors and individual stock that has all it takes to create better return for you. There's no cost for alarm. But also don't forget that in equity investment, we have 12 years calendar in every year. Don't forget that
12 months.
12 months calendar in a year. Then don't forget that they have 6, which is from November to April, is the best market time to be in the market, and that perform most. For me, this is the time to start positioning for that 6 months. So as an analyst or investor, we'll say sell in May, come back in October. Already in November to April is where you are seeing more earnings that will come to the market. Those accounts that have December as year end. By January, February, the results will be in the market. By April, they are paying good dividend. That means for you to position the market, despite the election that's coming in February, I think it's the right time for you to be in the market. Because I said the best 6 months is between February to April. Then already in that February, why are you complaining? Just
November.
Sorry, they are November already. November to April. For me, there's a good, no problem. And also for me, for the last 12 years from our data analysis, this is the 6th time we're seeing in the month of November. Opening on a negative note. For me, out of
mixed.
Yeah, exactly. For
6.
Yeah, for me, let's still watch the trend and see what. But I believe that on the strength of this earnings we just mentioned, and also we saw the purchasing manager index for the month of October yesterday, released by Stanbic IBT's report. We saw that it was like a slight kind of contract, just very slight. Let's feel that we improve, knowing that this season is what we call the festive period. Demand for items will be high, and also manufacturers will also be pushed to make sure that they meet the demand. We expect activities to improve. That activity also will contribute to the last quarter earnings of this company.
But people's earnings are eroding now as a result of so many, indices. Do you think the demand will still be there for these goods?
You can study when we have either a boom economy or a boom economy. This period, no matter how poor you are, people want to spend to make their family happy. That means if before you are buying only one spoon of rice before, this period you have to buy 3 spoons so that everybody at home, no matter how poor. That's why the food business is that when it comes to festival, you are healthy. That's why this season is different from other seasons, no matter how it is. That's why we expect that this last quarter should be a better quarter for most of the company. Knowing that the 3rd quarter we saw a good performance from them. Also, don't forget that I said earlier that in this program that policy has a way of influencing company performance. You know that now as we speak now, despite there's high interest rate, there are sectors that benefit from the high interest rate. What are you doing? Those are investing in that sector. They don't need to struggle. But those guys are making money without stress. Then their end will be positive and they're going to pay good dividend at the end of the day. And their price have dropped to a level that has become attractive for the position.
Actually, what's responsible for the drop really to start with?
No, it's market reaction. I tell you that for the last 5 months, markets have been in downtrend. For me, I'm not surprised. And don't forget that it's those big cap stocks like Ete, Steplat, Dangote Cement, Boas Food, Boas Cement. These are the big caps. They all went up, and market was doing almost 54,000 mark. Now, as they're coming down,
the market is going down with them.
Also, don't forget that stock like Nestle, I also stood out in all this. Despite all this, it remained a bit stable. These are things that, as an investor, look at where can I position, because also look at Nestle intraday dividend that came. 25 naira against others intraday. You can see that it has the higher intraday payment, but also now that December is close by, the what we call portfolio reshuffle, I will say it anywhere, and also sector rotation. Because if I'm in Ete, the dividend going to pay at the end of the day will not be what GTB will pay or wasn't it. I have to stay Ete and come back to GTB now play GTB now and go back to Airtel later again. You don't need to, because it's a company. You don't mind to any stock. You don't mind to any company. You are ready to make money. For that, you move from one sector, one company to the other.
Does that sound like a speculative investor?
No, you are to make. You are not there to buy who. Why are you owning? You need to move from one point to the other, make money. That's why you are in the market.
All right. So in closing, what should we expect moving forward?
Yeah, today is the second day of the month, being the midday. I expect that the market should also remain in that oscillation.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Well, we've been speaking with Ambrose Amodio, the Chief Research Officer at Invest Data Consulting. A global technology group, Wärtsilä, has revealed that for Nigeria to meet the 100% renewable energy power system by 2060, it must attract investments worth $425 billion. That's a talking point when we come back from this break. Stay with us.